Hey guys, what's up? I'm Kate Whitaker, freelance producer and presenter, and I'm coming to you live in lockdown with Youth Music for a chat with some of my very good friends who are DJs and music producers about their lockdown experience. First up today, I'm joined by my very good friend, Max. Hello!
Hello there. How are you?
I'm alright, I'm keeping busy. I've got my music background for the video. I'm feeling good.
Very nice, very nice. As you can see, I've got my lovely picture, which makes me feel like I'm abroad, but also not
it helps. So can you tell us a little bit about your incredible label, Riddim Records, and all about the cool musical things that you do?
Yeah, sure. So, hi everyone, my name is Max and I am the managing director of Riddim Records, a UK-based, forward-thinking drum and bass record label. And yeah, we've been going for nearly 4 years now, I think. And the kind of whole concept of Riddim is that we host drum and bass events. We like to focus on the up-and-coming talent that exists in drum and bass, and we push music through our label. And yeah, it's just a pretty exciting project. It's like my baby that I've been working on for quite a while now. We host events up and down the UK. We put music out through the label. We perform at festivals, and yeah, it's just all things drum and bass, I guess.
Yeah. Having been to a few of your events, in our friendship group, I can confirm your music is absolutely incredible. And I guess that now this whole coronavirus situation is happening, a lot of your events have been kind of put on hold over the summer. Is that right?
They have, yeah. So our personal events, we had a big one lined up in the Tramshed venue in Cardiff, which is this like big space owned by the NJRTEG group. And that was going to be a big summer blowout. That was a combination of kind of garage, dub, reggae and drum and bass. So it was going to be our big summer show in Cardiff. But that's obviously been postponed because of the pandemic. And then we had performances lined up across the festival season. So we had performances lined up at Hospitality on the Beach, Jungle Dam in Amsterdam, Eldorado Festival in Herefordshire. So they've all been put on hold, which is a shame. And it's like, it's sad that all of this has happened, but of course the cancellations are like really important for as a society to like kind of rebuild and kind of work towards getting better. So yeah, that's all been put on hold, which is a shame, but we're already now looking ahead to 2021 to get some really cool projects lined up. And yeah, I think 2021 is going to be a good year.
Wild.
I think for some it's going to be wild, which I think I'm ready for, but also not quite at the same time.
Me too. I suppose the good thing about music is that although it's such a shame that so many events have been cancelled and revenue has been lost, I suppose this time alone is really good for creativity and like making new music. So have you found any positives from the situation, sort of time to kind of think in the bath about, your next events that you might want to do in the future?
I don't know. I feel like the brand is so much stronger now than it was prior to the pandemic, which is really strange.
Wow.
I've had time to really to think about the inner workings of the brand, and I've been completing tasks which I've been putting off for months and months, and everything just feels so much more, literally, and it's because I've got all the time in the world to do everything now. I've just smashed out tasks and really important key features of the brand, as well as its inner working, just like outer workings, how we present ourselves to the public. And things just feel, specifically for the brand, things feel really, really good, I think, at the moment, because of the pandemic.
That's amazing. I think the general vibe of the whole industry at the minute, the creative industry, the music industry, everyone is sort of coming together in a way that I don't think we've ever really seen before. It's incredible. Everything's happening. How do you kind of stay busy whilst keeping a bit of a routine? How are you doing that? Yeah,
it's always a good question, and I think it's probably a question that lots of people are asking themselves, quite often, like how am I actually going to, how am I going to organise my day? But I've just found that because this is so creative, kind of what I do, and obviously what everybody does in the music industry. It's a creative subject. It's a creative thing that everybody likes to get involved in, a creative industry. I've actually found that I really enjoy wanting to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning to start a work day at 9, to finish at 6 p.m, taking my lunch break and sat outside, having a sandwich as if I'm working, in a city or something. It feels good because it's creative and I've got a lot of passion for it. And I think that's a really key point, is that I'm passionate about it and I really enjoy what I do. I think if I didn't enjoy it as much as I do, I would find it hard to get into a routine. But, getting up at 8, starting work at 9, taking a lunch break, finishing at 5, and then you've got the rest of the evening to do whatever you want to do. like just that gives me something to do with my day. And I think if I didn't have anything to do, I would be going stir crazy at the moment.
Yeah, me too. Oh, me too. It's good to keep busy, especially when you're being creative, because your brain constantly needs to have fuel, doesn't it? So in terms of creativity then, talk us through your creative process for kind of putting together a set and like thinking about new event ideas.
So putting together a set, so everybody has a different method, and it's really interesting to analyze different people's methods. I've got friends who just whack lots of songs into like a playlist, and then when they step up to play live, they just kind of go with the flow, see what the vibe is saying, see how hard they want to go, how light they want to go, how quickly, etc. Others, like myself, like to really meticulously create a set from like start to finish. And yeah, so that's pretty much my method. Is I do this thing called I follow the keys of songs. There's a thing called like harmonic mixing, and it follows the Camelot scale. It's basically like a wheel. The inner wheel links up with the key that is like to its left and to its right, and then to the major scale that is below on the outer circle. So I like to really follow my keys. I kind of bring people on a journey through that. It's like not really a complex system, but it's very specific to me, I think, sometimes. And yeah, I just like to start on a certain key, sometimes like F minor, and then just work my way around the wheel. So then it like, as the keys get more major, they seem to bring the energy up a little bit more, and people, I don't know, it brings up the vibe a little bit. So that's how I create everything, like really meticulously from start to finish. And I'm also not that good at improvising, so you know, so I have to be prepared when I stand up. Otherwise, I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, I don't want to play
panic.
anymore.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm the same. I have to like plan stuff, but then also sometimes I just wing it completely. I'm in the middle somewhere with that. Completely.
Yeah, well, I think it's a good way to be, but I think what's really important is that you know your own style. Like that's a really key part of any artist getting to grips with their instrument or with their craft. Is feeling comfortable. When you're comfortable, everybody else is comfortable. And if you're confident in what you're doing, then you know you will get comfortable playing in front of people because you're prepared. Like I know some people who were just like, yeah, I'm just gonna wing the entire thing, and they just kill it every single time. I sadly can't do that, but at least I've got my own methods. But then in terms of like creating the events, so it's just kind of based on, it's a combination of what's hot and what isn't. Like what's hot and what isn't, and then how those people sell, but then also who am I really vibing with at the moment. So obviously, like all genres of music, people rise and fall in terms of like the popularity. So somebody's got a new album coming out, is getting loads of attention, that's a really good time to like book someone because everyone's talking about them. They're going to generate good ticket sales. But then it's not always just about like who's going to make the money, it's about who am I really enjoying right now as the promoter, who I think people are actually going to enjoy. So yeah, a combination of like business and kind of personal taste, I guess, a little bit. But yeah, I think once the because obviously the events aren't happening right now, so hopefully once the pandemic blows over, we can start to see who's really going to be up there to like book ready for the next artist. So yeah, I guess it's kind of creative, but you got to bear in mind that there is a financial aspect to it as well. Who's going to make ticket sales? Who's going to sell tickets for this show? So yeah, it's a pretty weird process, I think, sometimes.
It really is. Just taking that word you said, like craft, it really is. Anything in music is such a craft, and it's such practice, and just having an ear for things and knowing what's in the news and knowing what's hot and what's not. So taking that, then how would you what advice would you give to young people, our sort of age, that are wanting to kind of get into this music industry or start DJing or producing? I suppose it's just having a craft, isn't it, and practicing and seeing what happens. Yeah,
it literally is. I think there's different steps to the process, definitely. If you're looking to be an artist that creates music, obviously you find your sound, you find out what sound specifically you want to make, because drum and bass, talking from my perspective, like it is such a wide genre. It's not just one specific sound. Like you've got liquid, you've got neurofunk, you've got jump up, you've got jungle, you've got like loads and loads of different kinds of drum and bass, different subgenres. So you find what works for you, your specific sound, and then you literally just start creating. The best advice I can give to anybody is literally just start creating. Download yourself a music program like Ableton or Fruity Loops or anything like that. And get yourself a MIDI keyboard, like a tiny little keyboard, and just start creating music. You don't need to spend thousands of pounds just to make good music. Like you can just, as long as you've got a computer or got access to a computer, I mean, I wouldn't suggest using a parent because it will clog it right up. I don't think your parents would be happy. No, it'll slow it down a lot. But as long as you have access to a computer, you can just start creating music. Like, don't limit yourself just because you see friends or artists who have got thousands of pounds worth of equipment. They've been doing it probably for a really long time. And the reason why they have so much equipment, albeit really expensive, is because that works for them at that stage in their process. Like they've been buying specific things because that's what's going to complement their creativity. Just start making. And if it sounds rubbish, I'm nearly knocking out my headphones. If it sounds everyone's music is going to sound rubbish to begin with. But
for sure.
Just stick true to it. And like I say, rubbish, it's going to sound not what you want to achieve just yet. Just keep creating, keep going, keep looking for feedback. Reach out to friends and be like, could you get some ears on this? Like, and let me know what it's like. But that's what advice I can offer for someone who wants to get into making music. Instead of DJing, same thing. Just, there's great facilities. You don't need to go out and buy a pair of decks. You can buy like a really cheap controller that's like a couple £100, like a DJJ 400 or something like that. Like a couple £100 and some cheap speakers. Or Pirate Studios has studios across the UK where it's £10 an hour for you to go and work on professional equipment in a like sound treated room, and you can start to learn there. So all of it is just investing yourself into it. Maybe not necessarily always financially, but as long as you put in the time and effort into it, then you'll start the wheels turning for your creative process.
And just listening to music and seeing, that vibes well with that, and I think you can get free acts, can't you, as well, where you just kind of have a fiddle and see what music sounds good together and that sort of thing. So
exactly that.
Amazing. That was so, I've learnt things. I hope everyone watching has learnt things. As I always tell you, you're incredibly talented, and it's so good to hear that you're keeping so busy in lockdown, and I'm really excited for, the 2021 event. It's going to be huge. Thank you for taking the time to chat.
I'm excited. No, it's nice to speak to you, man. Speak to you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.